Hello, welcome to Tae Kwon Do Training. I'll be your instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. What I'd like to do on today's show is go over a couple of hand combinations, after we go through those hand combinations, show you the similarities of maybe sort of like transcendental meditation in Tae Kwon Do and when you're working out. Every once in a while I'll bring up the subject of either meditation or self-hypnosis. I've been dealing with those two for many years, in today's society, especially with cell phones and the internet, we definitely need some type of meditation. We're totally getting bombarded every day, every minute of the day, with either a cell phone, a computer, or TV, or some sort of media. And what happens is you gotta shut your brain down a little, just to relax and to let it rejuvenate. So I'm gonna, especially when we're trying to sleep at night. The big thing is with today's busy schedules and pressures that we have. Everyone has pressures. Everyone has pressures. Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Sometimes it's hard to cool down. You can overload there, and you don't want to be overloaded. You want to be able to keep your body nice and relaxed. You want that peace of mind. You want to be able to enjoy life. All right. So if we keep that stress going, we keep that phone in our hand, and we keep watching what's going on, it keeps bombarding us. The thought process just, and a lot of it's negative. We need to get some positivity into our life, some peace of mind, and by training hard. Any kind of sport, anything you do that gets your mind involved in what you're doing, relaxes your mind, okay? Tae Kwon Do, as we're doing Tae Kwon Do, as we're doing our workout, we're doing our kicks and punches and training. We're concentrating, especially if you're working really hard. You don't have time to concentrate on anything else. You're concentrating on the moves. By doing that, you're relaxing your mind. I have a good friend. He's a lawyer, prominent lawyer around the area. He's one of my masters he's trained with me his whole life. And I remember Grandmaster Lee asking him once during a test, why, he's a lawyer, and why do you take Tae Kwon Do? Why do you train with us? And his answer kind of surprised everyone. He says, well, I come here so that I don't have to think, all right? And it's kind of funny, you don't have to think. You do have to think, but he's a lawyer. He has many cases, and he's constantly thinking about his cases, and that can get to you after a while. He comes to the martial arts, he comes to train with us. All he's thinking about is the moves he's got to do, and that relaxes your mind a little, and you have to relax. So we're gonna do some combinations, and if you want to get up and do the combinations with me, they're very easy combinations. We pick up speed. We do a couple of blocks, couple of punches. As you're doing these combination moves with me, realize after you do them how the only thing you could think of is the combinations that we're doing. You're not thinking, the mind doesn't have the ability to really think about two things at once. If it's concentrating on one thing, your mind has to concentrate on that one thing, and that relieves all the rest of the stuff that's going on constantly. So if you're practicing, you're trying to practice a move, all right? Your mind's on that move. Your mind isn't, oh, my bank account. Your mind isn't, oh, my boyfriend or my girlfriend or my, what am I going to do tomorrow at work, or school. Your mind's on this block, okay? So that's why I think meditation and working out, right? Doesn't have to just be Tae Kwon Do, lifting, all right? But something that's going to take your mind, I've got to do it this way. I've got to concentrate on my technique. I've got to concentrate on the next move. That's sort of like what meditation does. Meditation makes you concentrate on just one thing and a peaceful thing in your mind. And that rejuvenates your brain and your mind and your thinking to relax it, okay? Then in that case, you can try to get that good attitude, all right? Self-hypnosis is a little different, but that's easy also, and I'll show you one or two techniques that I use. There's thousands of techniques on meditation, on self-hypnosis, on hypnosis, on relaxation exercises. There's thousands of them. People make them up every day, but they all have one goal in mind, and that's what we're going to try to achieve tonight. All right, so let's just start off with our combination blocks. So we're here, all right, fighting stance. You know, when you get into the fighting stance, relax, okay? Look at, just like I'm walking, boom, fighting stance. Whenever you're going to fight, get into this stance. Shoulder width apart, knees a little bent, right? Up on your toes just a little so you can move, all right? That's a good fighting stance. All right? So you're in that fighting stance, hands always up, all right? Hands always up. I try to at least be able to touch my chin, no lower than touching my chin. Hands are up here. All right, so you're here. Someone comes in, tries to grab you. What we call this is kind of a wedging block. As they either grab you or they try to grab you, you come up and you wedge. You're wedging underneath, all right? So that's kind of easy. You stand in front of the mirror with your friend. You're here. I'm coming up, and I'm blocking with my inner forearm block, or I'm trying to wedge that out, right? Or I can use it as a block. Somebody throws a punch. I don't know which hand they're going to punch with. I do this. I cover both bases. I'm not coming way out here, and I'm not stopping here. If I stop here, they hit me, right? So, right? So you've got to get that wedge. All right, you practice that. You're coming up. Look at both hands out here, tight. They close, they open up. You're hitting with the forearm. You can hit with the edge of your hand also, but we're trying to hit with the forearm, in a forearm wedging. Right? Or you can hit with your whole hand. Doesn't matter. You're going to try to get, right? You here? See how quickly I do that? I'm already here, and I come up and under. All right, that's kind of easy. From here, then I'm going to do palm block. All right? Then when we do combinations, that's what we do. We start with one move, do 10. Add another block, all right, or add another punch, whatever it is. A kick, doesn't matter. That's where the combinations come in. So you come in here, you're already here. Right? You practice that 1, 2. Right? The other side, 1, 2. 1, 2. All right? When you do a palm block, keep your fingers bent a little, all right? Try to always keep that gives you good practice for your spare finger, your block, and it tightens up your hand. Your fingers aren't loose and flimsy. So you just, and you notice the flow. You practice that in the mirror. You're here, right? You're here, right? You probably hear me breathing out. As you're doing any certain exercise, try to breathe out as the exercise is finishing, right? So you're here, you're breathing. All right. Notice as you're doing this, if you're doing this with me at home, it's pretty easy. You're not thinking about anything else. You're thinking about this move. You see what I'm saying about the meditation? Kind of a meditation to get your mind off everything. Meditation is just getting your mind on one thing, just one thing only, all right? And that whatever that thing is, it's your thing. People say, well, what do you know, when you do meditation, what am I supposed to say? Well, as I say, religions, countries, groups, everyone has their own little way. I kind of like an easier one where you pick, and I've heard, you know, this is kind of you pick some kind of word, all right, that you make up. Doesn't make sense, doesn't sound like any other word, it's just any kind of word. You know, doesn't even have any kind of letter, they're just like zoom, boom, boom, anything. And you think of that word in your head, and that's all you think of as you're doing some type of breathing exercise, which I'll show you. And it's all, if you can think of that word, especially if you're laying in bed, you think of that word, and that's the only word, and you keep repeating that word, all right? And then as you're repeating that word, you see the word in your eye, your third eye, or your mind's eye right here, all right? And it's all you can see it, right? You're trying to sleep. So you're not thinking of a grocery list. You're not thinking of the day, the fight you had, what you're going to do tomorrow. You're thinking of this word. At the same time, you're doing breathing exercise. So as you're thinking, zoom, zoom, zoom. That's all you're thinking in your mind. You don't have to say it. Zoom. Breathe as much as you can, get into your diaphragm. All right? Especially if you're laying down and you're trying to sleep. And I guarantee this exercise, I've shown a lot of students this, and they're so surprised because they're sitting down on the floor, and I show them this exercise where they breathe as much as you can breathe and hold it in your stomach. Like you're filling up as much as you can. And maybe it'll count to 10, maybe it'll count to 12, whatever it takes for you to fill up. Then you hold that. You hold it for another count. And I like to keep the counts the same. Some people like a 10, 7, 8, 10, 9, whatever. I keep it 10, 10, 10. All right? Hold 10, or you breathe in for 10. Hold it for a count to 10. All right? And then exhale at a count to 10. All right? And that's not, as you say in Zoom, because you can't do two things at once. So that's just another exercise to relax your body. As you exhale, all right, so when you breathe in, you're breathing in all positive energy. You're thinking, oh, it's nice fresh air that I'm breathing. You're holding it in. You're letting it work through your body because air works through your body with your bloodstream. Then you exhale all the bad negativity in your body. And you're thinking, all the negativity in my body and all the bad air is going out. That's one. Try to do that 10 times. I challenge some of my students. I'll bet you when you go into your bed at night and you try to do this exercise 10 times, or maybe 15, I don't think you make 20 at all. You'll pass out and you'll be sleeping. It's an unbelievable sleeping exercise. And it's just laying there, relaxing as much as you can. Breathe in at a count of 10. Hold for a count of 10, maybe a little longer. And then exhale. When you exhale, you're going to have a feeling. And if you think in your mind, you're exhaling negative energy, all right? Negative thoughts, negative air that's in your body that's already been used. And you exhale as much as you can. Get it all out, all the bad air. Then start again. It's a little work. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm too tired to even do this, but I can't sleep. But if you do this type of exercise, as easy as that is, you're going to pass out. And I'm telling you, as simple as 5 sometimes, I'm out like a light. All right? That's just one exercise, and it's an exercise, a breathing exercise. All right? It's not even what I would call a meditation. As I would call a meditation is constantly concentrating on one thing, object, word, whatever you want, whatever you would like to. All right? That's all you concentrate on. And as I say, as you concentrate so much on one thing, it's impossible to think about your problems. And that's what we got to do. We got to stop our brain from constantly thinking about problems. Or if we never did, we'd go insane. Thank God we sleep, but we can sleep, even some people, for a couple hours at night. All right? All right, 1, 2. All right, we've practiced this. All right? And that's all we're thinking about. 1, 2, 1, 2. I can't think of my grocery list right now. All right? I'm talking to you as I'm doing it, and you're saying, how's he doing that? All right? Pretty good with it. 1, 2. All right. 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right? So now I added a back fist. Block. All right? Block, block. Back fist. All right? 1, 2. Back fist. All right? So I just added that. All right? When we do combinations like this, foot, hands, think of anything you want. I'm putting this together now as I go along, and I could go on. I could go from 1 to 50. I'll be exhausted after the 50th, but and just keep going. But you got to remember the sequence, and that's what I say. By thinking about the sequence now, what sequence am I at? Your mind is actually resting. Your body's not resting. Your body's moving high. Your body's moving fast, right? You're trying to get faster. That's all you're thinking about. You're thinking about technique. That's what you want. When you read a book, a good book, you're relaxing your mind. Playing the guitar, playing the piano, you're relaxing your mind to only think of that one thing, and it's a positive thing, all right? You're not thinking about, and in today's society, I'm watching everyone grow up like this. That phone's got to be in their hand, and what they're looking at is news, friends, or Facebook, and a lot of it's good, a lot of it's positive, and I'm not saying it's all negative. A lot of it is negative. And to be bombarded at a young age, I don't know what's going to happen if we don't slow it down. So you have to get back to nature. You have to get back to breathing exercise. You have to get back to letting your mind relax and getting that phone out of it just for a while every day. All right? And it'll nourish your brain. All right? It'll nourish your mind. It'll make your body happy. All right? So that's why you take up a hobby. Whatever that hobby is, take it up. Concentrate on that hobby. Enjoy that hobby. That's why a lot of people are gardening. They'll go out in their garden, and it takes their mind off everything except for, I got to get this garden going. All right? So we're here. All right? 1, 2, 3. All right? Now, I've done this punch. What's a good move, I'm thinking, that would flow? All right? There's a million of them. I can think of anything. But I'm just trying to think of 1, 2, 3. Let's do another in a forearm block to the outside. All right? So I'm here, block. All right? Block, 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 block. All right? So 1, 2. All right? 1, 2, 3. Then I come back. 4. All right? Now, people say, would you use something like that in a fight? No, maybe not. But what we try to do in martial arts, try to practice all our blocks. It could be any kind of combinations, as many as you want to do. What it does is get your body moving. What it does is get your brain, muscle memory with your arm, your legs, to be able to do exactly what you want to do in a split second. All right? So when you do combinations, you have to think of what's the next move, what's the next move, especially if you do a lot of them. So if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I kept going, like, what's that combination? I got to remember that. And what that does is that's all you're thinking of, and that's what you want. Something that's all you're thinking of. Not anything that's going to distract you for the next hour or whatever. The same thing when we, and as I say the transcendental meditation, think of something. And I think of a word, zon, Z-O-N. Whatever, I made it up. Zon in my head. That's my word. All right? I don't want to think of the word car. I don't want to think of the word tree, because then I'll think of an object and people driving a car maybe or something. If I think of something that doesn't make any sense, all right, and you're saying, this guy's out of his mind, I know. If I think of something that doesn't make any sense at all, it doesn't mean anything, that's all I'm going to think about, my mind's going to relax, all right? And you do that, you know, I don't do that much as when I'm sleeping, because it's just a thing I want to do when I want to meditate and just stop my thinking during the day. Sleeping at night, I want to sleep. So I like to do that breathing exercise. Also another exercise to do when you want to try to sleep and you can't. Do that breathing exercise, and as you breathe in, you're thinking, I'm going to relax. You start with your feet. I'm going to relax my feet. All right, you're laying down. You breathe in. As you breathe out, you feel your feet just relaxing as much as they can, your feet. You breathe in. I'm going to relax my calves. Hold your breath. Let it out. You relax your calves. You breathe in. I'm going to relax my kneecaps or my knees. All right. Breathe out. You breathe in. I'm going to relax my thighs, my inner thighs. Then relax. Breathe in. I'm going to relax my outer thighs. So you're working your way all the way up your body and slowly but surely relaxing every part of your body. All right. By the time you're done, you've done a lot of breathing exercises, and you've concentrated on trying to relax each part of your body so everything is relaxing. That's another great, great exercise to sleep. Because, you know, if we don't get, and believe me, I'm a firm believer, I like 8 hours of sleep, but I really love 10 hours of sleep. Because I work hard all day, then I train hard after work. My body, it breaks down. It wants to relax, and I want to get to sleep so I can start it the next day and be refreshed. When you don't, all right, when you don't get that sleep, you're not going to get that training. You know, and I'm always, as a young kid, I've always wanted to get that training in. And the only way to get the training is to be as fresh as you can. And I'm talking at the age of 15. I started training with Tae Kwon Do at Grandmaster Lee. And when you went to his class, he expected you to perform at top performance the whole class. It was hard. An hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes, every day we would train. And he expected you to learn and get faster and better. So you better be in shape. And not just by sleeping, you have to eat the right things, you have to drink the right foods, you have to take the right vitamins. Keep your body going, keep your body going. And you'll be happy you did, believe me, in the long run. All right, so we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's a 5-hand combination, pretty easy. Dun, 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 dun. So what I did was, in a wedging block with my inner forearms, I dropped down. It's easy, 1, 2, 1, 2. I was here anyway, so I might as well punch. Now, you notice as I punch, see how I come back and I twist? All right? So I went 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm back here. I might as well just turn it and get another block in. But then, as I blocked out, I can bring it back in and throw another punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? You make it easy, relax. You got to be relaxed. You can't be all tight up like a knot in the back. You won't move. Relax your body. Don't think about power. Think about maybe some speed. If you think about speed, you'll get the power as you go along. It's muscle memory too. All right? So you're in a fighting stance, you're in the mirror, right? Boom, right? Boom, 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 boom. I just put that together. I've done it before, who knows how long ago it was I did it. But I just put that together for today's show. I could add a couple more moves if I want, but I will go with 5. But if I say I wanted to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll do another block, another palm block, back fist. I got to remember that. Just for this show, I had to remember those 5, make sure I get them down right. I wouldn't want to show you something and do it wrong, and they're going, he can't even remember his own. So you got to think. And by doing that thinking, as I said before, excuse me, as I'm doing that thinking, taking my mind off any problems I had. I can't think of anything else right now, but let's get this down fast. And the faster I do it, the happier I get. I got a great combination. I'm not thinking about anything else. That's what meditation is, getting your mind zoned in, all right? And after this, Google any meditation on YouTube or whatever. There's thousands of them, thousands of them, and you'll find probably one that you like. And as you're going to notice, as I said, and also self-hypnosis. You're going to notice that, as I mentioned before, they're so different. Some of them are so different, the way they talk, the way they approach it. It all boils down to the same thought process. And that thought process is to get your mind at ease. All right? We're all looking for peace of mind. That's what pursuit of happiness and peace and happiness, that's what we're all about. That's why we're on this earth, so that we can have some happiness and some peace with our loved ones and stuff. And teach your children how to do exercise. You know, people really don't breathe right. And I'm not saying I breathe right all the time. They breathe too short. Our breathing patterns are too short. And as we get nervous, if you ever notice you get nervous, that's why people hyperventilate, because they're breathing so fast and they're breathing so short. It's not good for your body. Your body wants those deep breaths, and it wants good oxygen. So make sure that you have some good air, you know. The problem is, especially in the winter, your house does get pollutants in the air. So you got to watch what you're breathing too. Try to open up some windows and doors just once in a while, or a good air filter, the good HEPA filters, because you want to breathe in oxygen that's going to be healthy for your body. All right. And even when you know, a lot of times people say, I don't have time to meditate or do breathing exercises. It's all you have is time. If you're in the funny thing is, a lot of times, if I'm in a grocery store and I'm in a rush, right, and all of a sudden the cashier or someone's slow, and they're going slow and they're talking, you could get upset, or you can meditate right there. You could breathe, have breathing exercises, deep breathing exercise, breathe in, hold it, relax it, have your whole body relax with that breathing exercise, your mind relaxes. You can almost even meditate right there, just zone out, and just let as you breathe in, just zone out. Look at a milk carton, just zone, look at it for 2 or 3 minutes. That's going to give you, you're stuck in traffic and you're in Boston and you're not happy, Do some exercises. Do some nice meditation exercises. You don't have to close your eyes when you meditate. You just zone in, do some breathing, nice heavy breathing, hold it, relax it out. You watch how your attitude changes when you do these exercises. And when you do that breathing exercise, as I just said, breathe in 10, 15, hold it 10, 15, whatever seconds, or the count, and let it go. Watch how you feel even the first time. All right, the very first time you let that breath out, you're going to go, wow, I feel totally relaxed. I guarantee it. Now you do it once, twice, by the third, fourth time, you're like, whoa, what a great relaxing feeling you have. And as I say, you could do this all day. All right, you can do it any way you want. At the office, on the typewriter, breathe in, hold, relax, breathe out. And if you could have time to meditate, and as I say, I just showed you a couple of little different, easy, basic. You can Google on YouTube, or just go on YouTube or Google it, meditation or breathing exercises or self-hypnosis. I use self-hypnosis many a time right by my phone. And believe me, like I say, I do love my cell phone. Put it on the side, put self-hypnosis on relaxation, and you just listen to the person talk. You'll go out in seconds. It's remarkable, because they'll tell you to relax certain parts and do this and that. That's all I have for time tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you learned something there. Till next time, have fun and train hard.